So the question is, what is an offline Bitcoin wallet? David McGregor here, somebody with an absolute passion for Bitcoin. And in a previous video, I discussed my recommendations for Bitcoin wallets in the areas of mobile, desktop, and also web-based wallets. And I wanted to talk about offline or hardware wallets in a different message, which is what I'm doing now. At its most basic, an offline wallet can actually simply be the private key printed off on a piece of paper and kept in a secure place. Because with Bitcoin, you have to remember that there's a public key and a private key. And the private key is what allows you to get access to your funds. If someone else gets your private key, then they have access to your funds. So you can see it's very important to retain security around your private key. And the most secure way of doing this is to separate the two and keep your private key offline. If you can do that, then you're not exposed to the threats that the internet can introduce, like phishing attacks or some sort of Trojan key logger, or some way where somebody can seize that information off your computer. Anyway, paper wallets, although they're very secure, they have one downside, is that they're not easy to use if you want to do day-to-day transactions with Bitcoin, because essentially you're taking them right off the system. But there is one way you can get the best of both worlds, and that's a hardware wallet called Trezor. Now, Trezor is a small device which you plug into the USB port of your computer, and I think it can also be used increasingly with other devices as well. And what it does is it separates your private key from your actual wallet, so that the private key always remains offline. And you use the Trezor device to authorize or to sign transactions. So when you want to make a payment, for example, you can use Trezor's own web-based wallet. It is now coming out with connectivity to Electrum 2. And I also believe it might be connectable to Mycelium as well. But what it really means is that you would use your existing wallet to initiate a transfer, a payment, but that payment would not actually happen until you authorize and sign the private key, which you would do with that little device offline. It's a great thing. I have one myself. I ordered one when it first came out of the blocks, even before it was manufactured. I find it a terrific little device because it actually gives you the security of a paper wallet, an offline paper wallet, and also the functionality of a hot wallet, which means you can use it for everyday purposes to send Bitcoin funds wherever you wish. So that's my personal recommendation for an offline wallet, a Bitcoin offline wallet, or what's sometimes called a hardware wallet. So you can find more about this by going to bitcointrezor.com, where you'll be able to read. This is the web page you're looking at right now. And also, before I go, I'd just like to say that if you're somebody who would like more information and more personal recommendations from me about Bitcoin and all the ecosystem that goes around it, below this video you will find a link, or perhaps even a button, which can take you to my bitcoinreport.info website. I have written a special report on Bitcoin, which you're very welcome to download and read for yourself. So thanks again for watching this video, and all the best to you.